Yo, what's up? So, upon watching the Keefe interview from Art of Dialogue, um, Art of Dialogue is doing a great job with these interviews, man. Um, but there's a few things I want to discuss with the Keefe interview. Um, Starting with what I think is a joke when he said that. Well, first of all, let's start off with Keefe said he knew Suge Knight when they were kids. They used to play football together. I guess the little Pop Warner football, when they was kids. They played that. And he said Suge Knight was soft. I guess when he say Suge Knight was soft, I guess he meant Suge Knight didn't go the gangbanging route. I guess he considered Suge soft for not going the gangbanging route. I guess that's what he's talking about. I don't think he was talking about him being soft on the field, like being a soft, baby on the field. I don't think he was talking about that. I think he was pretty much talking about the gangbanging. And he sees it as Suge Knight didn't gangbang because he was soft. That's an ignorant way of looking at it, but some ignorant people look at things in certain ways anyway. And Keefe sounded very ignorant throughout this whole interview. He sees things differently Keefe sees things from Keefe's point of view. And that could be very ignorant, in my opinion. So in hindsight, he said Suge Knight was soft. Then he said Suge Knight. Now I can agree with him on this one when he said Suge Knight. Well, they told on us. And I that's possible, but Suge Knight was telling us in 1996 he don't talk to the police. But at the same time, that's a contradiction because he hired off-duty police for his security. For right-way security. A lot of those guys was off-duty police, and some were even undercover, as we found out in the later years. Think Kevin Hackey, think he was an undercover. But Suge Knight hired undercover policemen as his security. He worked with Reggie White. Reggie White was a former police officer. And Reggie Wright Sr. was a police captain and was very pretty much respected by the gangbangers in the neighborhood. So Reggie Wright Jr. always wanted to be like his dad. And you can tell because Reggie Wright Sr. was well respected. It seems, as I've heard in interviews, people, and even Mob James, I think Mob James spoke on this, and other gangbangers. Reggie Wright Sr. was a cop, but gangbangers respected him. Now, I don't know if gangbangers were snitching, were helping Reggie Wright Sr. solve cases. That's very possible, but seems to me that they felt Reggie Wright Sr. cared about the community. He wasn't just a cop. He wasn't just a RoboCop trying to put every black man in prison. I've heard that Reggie Wright Sr. was liked, was well respected, but he could get on your ass too, if you cross him, But it seemed to be he was a caring guy. He cared about his community. He was a cop, one of those cops that, you like, was a man's man, respected, but wasn't so clean, wasn't no kind of like a Lonzo. a better Alonzo version. You know what I'm saying? Not so, maybe not so rough as Lonzo, but you know, somebody that you know that the game bangers like. He probably was one of those cops that came to the little kids, that just kept up with the neighborhood kids throughout their whole lives, and probably tried to help them out, even though they were game bangers. Probably tried to help them out, and they respecting him for that. And so Reggie Wright Jr., seeing how his dad is beloved in the neighborhood, grow up admiring his dad, want to be like his dad. So that's where you see Reggie Wright, the conflict of Reggie Wright. You see Reggie Wright Jr. on one hand talks like a gangster, and then talks like a bad cop. You know, he's really Alonzo, because he looked at how his dad did it, and he's trying to emulate his dad. You know what I'm saying? So Reggie Wright is kind of in a confused. Reggie Wright Jr., he's in the kind. He's like in what they call it when you in the middle of heaven and hell. I forgot the name for it. But he's confused because, like I said, one minute he's calling people snitches, but the next minute he a cop. You know what I'm saying? You can't be. I mean, what the fuck? You confused, bro? Like, you want to be a street dude and you want to be a cop too. You know, you can't do both, bro. Like, that's weird. So, because Reggie Wright was probably caught up in the gang banging, you know, politics. He grew up in that area. He saw all the gang bang activity. He couldn't do that because his dad was a cop. But at the same time, he wanted to be a homeboy. He wanted to be down. So it was like, when he got with Death Row, that was his calling call. Like, to be one of the fellas now. To be one of the homeboys. You know, he did the cop thing. Now he can be one of the homeboys and help the homeboys out. Etc. Suge Knight, the gang bangers, and also have a foot on the cop side also. And like I said, Reggie talks from both sides of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? One minute he's talking like a gangster, talking like a homeboy from the street. The next minute he's talking like a cop. And even Reggie Wright has some of the homeboys, the MOBB, you know, on his team. You know what I'm saying? He's respected too. You know, I mean, he's looked at as respected. But all this comes from his dad, man. His dad was well respected. And it's just Reggie Wright Jr. trying to be like his dad. That's why you got him in the world of gang banging and in the world of shadiness. When he was head of Death Row, he was doing some shady shit. And you know, then that's why you have him in the role of being a cop, in the world of being a cop. All right. So let's go with, okay. So Keefe D said Suge was soft. He viewed Suge as soft in hindsight. He said Suge was pretty much said Suge Nim told on us when Pac got shot. Suge told the police we did it, but that's not necessarily so. Suge didn't have to say anything because the cameras told on y'all. You know, cameras in Vegas told on y'all. You know, they told on themselves. You know, the cameras told everything that happened. So the cameras looked at the situation when Pac looked at the incident when Pac went over there and beat up Orlando. The investigators later on, after Pac got shot, came back, viewed the video, and said, okay. And I think Reggie Wright Sr. pointed out who's who. That's Orlando, that's Buntree, that's Suge, that's so-and-so, so-and-so, right? Along with Reggie Wright. So if Keefe D want to blame anybody, he should blame Reggie Wright. I would say Reggie Wright told anybody before I would say Suge said anything. I would say Reggie Wright the one that told on y'all. So Like I made a comment before. Keefe D want to say, no, that's not playing the rules of the game. That's not fair. You got the police on us. Why you just didn't handle it like in the street? Why you just didn't handle it in the street? You know, you got the police on us, man. That's not fair. You know, that whole type of thinking is dumb shit, man. Like, if you a boss, if you really a boss, you got police on payroll anyway. You know what I'm saying? Suge Knight was really a boss. Police is part of the game, bro. When you in the street, drug dealing, that's part. You got your gangbangers, you got your homies, you got your dealers, you got your connect, you got your workers, and you got your policemen. That's part of the game. That's part of the pieces of the game. I don't know what type of dumbass thinking Keefe D was on. He was on some low level ass street worker type of thinking. Talking about, you got the police. Why you just didn't keep it gangster? Why you had to involve the police? Suge Knight kept it all the way. I mean, if you want to be real, that is gangster. Having police on your payroll, having police working for you, doing what you say do, help get you out of situations. Hell, man, you can't get no gangster than that. Now the dummy gangster would say, no, we ain't no snitch. Don't use the police. No, man, keep the police out of it. You can't keep the police out of it, dummy. You can never keep the police out of it. They gonna always be involved. What you talking about, Keefe? Can't keep no police out of it. So if Suge Knight was able to use the police for his advantage, more power to him. I think what it really is Keefe D was mad that he didn't have the police on his payroll. You know what I'm saying? He didn't take advantage. Like he should have been. Like he should. You know what I'm saying? As a boss. And Keefe D wasn't a really good boss anyway. You can tell by the way he talks and his demeanor now in these interviews. He wasn't a good boss. He was a sloppy boss. Because if he was a good boss, he would have had everything in check in the beginning. He would have had his nephew in check. He would have had his homies in check. That shit would have never went down in Lakewood Mall, because this all started, the Crips started this whole shit when they jumped old dude at Lakewood Mall. Now Keefe D said it wasn't for the chain. They didn't have no bounty on the chain. Who knows? Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But they jumped old boy. They jumped one of the mob Paru. What's the little nigga name? I can't think of his name right now. Y'all know who I'm talking about. So the little mob Paru dude with the death row chain, he got jumped. It'll come to my mind. It always come to my mind after the video ends. I'm a genius when the video ends, everything. But when I'm making the video, I go blank as hell. Yeah, so and it wasn't Heron. He knocked out this one. Okay, I can't think of his name. But like I said, okay. So the Southside Crips see, and maybe they was deep in the mall, and Mob Paru members wasn't that deep, so they got into a fight. Whether the chain was taken or not, okay, Keefe D said it was. You got the mob Reggie Rice said it wasn't. Okay, who cares? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was more than one chain. But so the South Side started the shit, right? From all we know, that's how it all. That's the genesis of the situation. On the Lakewood Mall, South Side started it. It wasn't no gunplay though. No, that was a fight in the mall. You know, between Death Row and South Side. No gunplay involved. So then the next episode when Pac, so they go back and tell Pac, now Pac knows, okay, we got started with these niggas. So when old boy whisper in Pac ear, there go that nigga go right there. There that nigga go right there that jumped us. So Pac go run over there, cause he gang banging now. He go run over there and knock Orlando Anderson down. Pop, right in the jaw. Knock him cold down. Then they start piecing Orlando, stomping him out. You know. But Orlando now he wanna shoot. Guess cause his maybe his uncle put a battery in his back. Cause Keefe said he was more madder than Orlando at that time. So maybe uncle put a battery in his back. Maybe he feel like he got to show up for his uncle. He got to show his uncle. You know, maybe he feel like he know. So they was talking about, well, I want a one-on-one with him. Maybe they talked about that after the fact. I don't know. But now they hot. They embarrassed. They got, Orlando got jumped. So instead of them letting it go and be like, we're going to get these niggas, they're like, fuck, we're going to get these, we're going to see these niggas next time. Or we're going to set up something where we can, you know, squabble it out, use the hands. And they like, fuck that. Keefe D like, fuck that. We going to blast these niggas when we see them. I don't care if you Tupac, Hoo Hop, Death Row, whoever. And maybe they was extra hype because it was Death Row. Like, we gonna show these niggas. We gonna show these niggas think they all that. This music industry shit, we gonna show these niggas they messing with some real gangsters now. So we gonna show these niggas. So they see Tupac all out the car on Sunset, whatever Boulevard, all out his window, all out the window, you know, hanging all out the window, so it's easy to spot him. They turn around and they just shoot him, kill him. Orlando just fuck him. Fuck him in his life. Fuck Suge Knight. Fuck that music shit. You want a gang bang? I'm gonna show you gang banging. Pow, pow, pow. Shoot him. Dead. You can't take that back. You know, can't take that back, man. So after that, it's a bunch of back and forth. Keefe D says it was more blood. Crips was winning that battle. Well, they did won. I mean, they won pretty much. They took out the biggest target of music. Death Row suffered the most from that battle, I think. You know, so Keefe D right on that part. Not because they killed more bloods, because they killed the one superstar of the world, Tupac. You know, but Keefe D says, from his ignorant viewpoint, we won that battle because we killed more bloods than they killed Crips. That's how he looked at it, you know. And you know what I'm saying? Suge Knight go to prison. Well, before Suge Knight go to prison, and this is the thing that tripped me out. So we all know that Suge Knight paid Orlando. Well, he did. Bribed Orlando, paid him $60,000. We come to find out how much the amount. I thought it was $20,000, but they said it was $60,000. He paid this man $60,000 to lie, to be a witness for him in court and say he didn't stump him. He was trying to help him. So in order for Suge to get off, in order for, you know, for Suge not to go back to prison. So but in Reggie Wright's view, I mean not, but in Keefe D's view, Suge paid Orlando to keep the heat, to keep the Crips off them, to keep the Crips off the blood neighborhood. how Keefe D sees it, you know, maybe in part it was because he didn't want to go to prison. That's why he wanted Orlando to testify that he was trying to help him. But in another part, in Keefe D's little twisted mind, Suge paid him to keep them off of them. But Suge Knight didn't give a fuck about no blood neighborhoods. Suge wasn't no blood, man. He didn't give a fuck about the Bloods, the gang bangers. He didn't give a shit about them. You know what I'm saying? So, but in Keefe D's little twisted world and twisted mind, Suge Knight paid Orlando to keep the Crips from killing all the damn Bloods, which sounds just stupid, which sounds ridiculous. To ease up on, he paid Orlando so y'all can ease up on them, cause y'all was tearing their ass up. So hey man, I'll give you $6,000, man. Ease up on us, man. Ease up on us, man. Get the fuck out of here. Suge Knight finna go to fucking prison. He ain't worried about no goddamn gangbang war. He ain't worried about no gang war. Shit. He fighting for his damn freedom. That's what Suge was worried about. His record company. That's what he was fighting for, his damn record company. That's why he paid you that money. So he can run his record label. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to be sitting in jail. You know, if you can testify to get him out, damn right he gonna pay you to lie. You know what I'm saying? I thought Keefe D's hilarious, bro. You know. But yeah, Keefe D's wasn't he wasn't. Maybe he had a little sense. Maybe he had a lot of common sense, but he wasn't a great gang leader. He wasn't a great gang leader. Probably was pretty average to me. He probably just had a connect. Probably had just a good connect. Well, he did. He had a good connect, and he had some common sense. You don't have to be brilliant to be a drug dealer. Just have a good connect, common sense, have some down ass niggas with you, have some heart, and you can do some shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but just the way he is telling this that's the way he's talking in this interview and just telling everything. Lets me know Keefe D just don't give a shit. I think he's dying. I think they say he's dying anyway. So he just telling, you know, they could prosecute him now because he's pretty much confessing. That Queen for a Day shit went out. That confession, he lost immunity the day after he confessed everything. You know. So everything he's saying now probably can be used against him in the courts. And all it takes is a DA to feel like they want to just go press charges on Keefe D, and he can be arrested. You know, he going, and that's why you see he's being careful on what he say, but then again he's not so careful because he slips up. You know, he just don't want to full out have to say a confession. You can see how with the art of dialogue he cuts out a lot of things and try to misdirect, try to use misdirection and try not to say too much. But at the same time, the stupid ass tells you he says too much. And he's not a good misdirector. Or, you know, he's not a good confession evader. You know what I'm saying? Because he kind of slips up and says he did it. You know, he'll say, for instance, Zip paid us $1 million. No. Who said that? Puffy said he gonna pay us $1 million. Arthur asked him, you know, but y'all killed Tupac, right? Arthur just straight up asked him blatant ass questions, man. Get this man locked. You want to get this man locked up today? Like, time your interview over with, don't you? All right, goddamn. But y'all killed Tupac, right? And he'll, you know, Keefe will be like, what? No, who told you that? No, man. But then Arthur kind of ask him another indirect question, and Keefe will be like, that was, you know, that was us. That was us. Yeah. You know, that was us that night. Yeah, when the car got shot up, that was us. Yeah. You don't know. So this nigga's stupid, man. Goddamn. Like I said, a lawyer would have a field day with this interview, bro. You know, I think the one he did on, well, hell, the one he did on Vlad, I think he was telling a lot too. But this one, he tried to be a little bit more careful, and still ended up telling everything. And still ended up really confessing at the end. Like he just said, fuck it. I probably done said too much already. But yeah, man, they say Keefe probably don't have long to live. Man dying anyway. So I guess the man just want to get it all off his chest. The art of dialogue tried to get some type of, he was going for some type of emotion from Keefe D, asking him how he felt when Tupac died. You know, like Keefe D was gonna, oh, I felt bad, you know, I'm really sorry. You know, Keefe D didn't give him the answer he probably was looking for. You know, Keefe D was putting up. Keefe D knew what he was trying to do, and that's why Keefe D was like, man, I lost my mom at 15. Man, I lost so and so. Man, I so and so. Man, I lost a lot of people. Like, you're not finna get no emotion out of me. You're not finna get no empathy from me. You know, you're not finna get no remorse if that's what you're seeking in an answer. I'm not the one, dog. I'm not the one, homie. Like, still to this day, fuck Tupac. I don't give a fuck about no Tupac. It is what it is. I'm a gangster. I have no emotions. I feel no sympathy, no remorse. You know what I'm saying? Maybe everything shouldn't have happened the way it happened, but hell, it did, so fuck it. That's pretty much what Keefe D was saying. How it conveyed, the way he was answering the question. Like, you know, I lost all my homies, and you know, and it was interesting also when Keefe D, when he, you know, he was supposed to be this big drug dealer, right? And when his plug found out that they the one that shot Tupac, the plug, you know, the plug ran off on the dealer. The plug ran off on his worker. You know, it's usually the worker running off on the plug, but the plug ran off on the worker in this situation. The plug was like, man, y'all killed Tupac? Oh, I'm out of here, man. Fuck y'all. Fuck this. I'm out of here. Fuck, man. Y'all is hot now. I'm out of here, bro. Y'all hot now. Y'all, the police follow y'all everywhere y'all go now, bro. Y'all killed Tupac? No, we can't do no more dealings. No more. Not fucking with you no more, man. You was hot. You's a hot boy now. They got you under surveillance. They watching you 24/7, man. Just a matter of time for all you go down. No more drugs for you, buddy. You fuck her up. You fuck her up. That's what happened. That's why I say Keefe D wasn't really no great gang leader. Whatever he was, no great leader. Gang leader, street leader, boss, whatever. He wasn't that great at it. Peace out.